Rodney Dangerfield is legendary.
Yes.
Yeah. A funny, funny man.
One of the funniest in the world.
One of the best ever.
Rodney Dangerfield could beat up Henry Hill.
I'd like to see that.
And Rodney is always welcome on my show. He is the guy who gave so many comedians breaks.
Yep.
He's just so funny. He was part of my childhood watching him, and then, of course, his great movies.
Oh, and that was the thing. He even translated well into the movies, which a lot of guys can't do.
Name some of Rodney's great movies.
Back to School.
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
Back
Easy
to
Money.
School is my favorite.
Yeah.
Easy Money's amazing.
Hey, Rodney, Back to School is my favorite. Back to School. The best movie. The best. How you doing, Rodney? Good to see you. Take a seat. I can't even hear you.
He can't believe he's here. He's looking at you like
Rodney's
is
like,
that
why did I come all the way here?
Is that who I'm here to talk to?
Rodney, if I was you, I wouldn't even leave the house because I would just hang out, enjoy my money, and I wouldn't even promote books. Hey, sit down.
What are
Let
you
me tell
doing, Rodney?
Yeah,
Still
Rodney.
working.
Rodney just had a bunch of operations, and I got to tell you something, Rodney. I mean, Mr. Dangerfield, if I may. You want to? Here, wait. Talking to that mic.
Talking in here?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's on, is it?
It's on. Here, put headphones on. You'll hear me. All right.
Now you can hear everything.
You're one of those guys that's just funny doing anything. But
No, it doesn't. People think that, but it's a lot of thought.
yeah, I know. But you know what I mean. Even when you look at me, it's funny. But here's the thing. If I was you at this point, you still have the drive to work.
Not necessarily, no.
I think you do. I mean, you got enough money. True.
Yes.
And you've made, a fortune. I would just hang out, but you've got that drive. You still want to create. You wrote your book. You're ready to do movies. You just sold the rights to your book to Fox, I believe.
Yeah.
All this stuff. Why? Why bother at this point?
You think I'd be happy you're doing nothing?
I don't know. I wonder
I
if
don't
I would
think
be
so.
happy doing nothing.
I don't think so. It's
I
you're
felt
busy. I mean, that's so you keep busy.
I felt bad. I saw Jim Carrey, who's a good friend of yours.
Yeah.
And he goes, Rodney's in the hospital. He's getting brains operated on and
Brain surgery I had.
brain surgery, heart surgery, all kinds of stuff.
I got that coming up again, heart surgery.
Really? They got to do
Hey.
it again?
I got to do it again.
Do you ever just say, hey, I'm just not going to do it. I don't care.
Well, I never said that, really.
Really? I don't know. I guess I'd be like you. I would. I don't know. But so Carrie tells me all this, and I go, God damn it! I should call Rodney because I love Rodney, and I figured this was it. I mean, I hear brain surgery. I
right,
figured
right.
nobody
I know.
survives brain surgery. I figured this was it. And then I go, I didn't call Rodney, and I started feeling really bad. Like I should call you and thank you for all the years of comedy and entertainment and always being nice to me. And then I said, Then if I call, Rodney's going to think I think he's dying. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want you to think that.
No.
You know what I mean? I went, maybe I shouldn't
What
call.
should you do, Rodney?
What should I have done?
Whatever makes you happy, man, whatever you feel, you do.
Well, really?
I don't get offended no matter what you say.
Really?
You think you're dying, Roddy? I'm dying, all right, whatever you want to do.
No. You know what I mean. I got nervous.
No, he
that's
didn't
all.
want to make you feel bad, like,
I understand, sure.
And Jim Carrey sitting there like he's the widow. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait a second. Go away.
He's a nice guy, Jim Carrey.
Good guy.
He wrote the forward to my book.
I know. I read the book.
You read it, huh? Yeah.
Sad life.
Yeah.
Do you see that it's a
Back
sad
in my
life?
I think back in my life when I had we went around in my old neighborhood where I was brought up as a kid, and I didn't have it easy.
No.
No, it was like roaming the streets, 4 years old, alone.
Oh.
On Jamaica Avenue, I was over there roaming alone. Oh, what a busy street, wow. And the next day, a guy had me in his office, and he was kissing me. He gave me a nickel.
Yeah, I want to
You're
talk about that. Yeah,
kidding.
there's a lot I want to
Yeah,
talk to you about in this book. I mean, first of all, your mother, horrible woman,
She was very, very selfish.
horrible.
Yeah,
And-
to a great degree. I mean, she was not nice to me at all.
She never hugged you or kissed you, you
Not
said.
a hug or kiss my entire youth, not one.
Were you ever able to say to her, Mom, why don't you hug or kiss me?
And I didn't say it. For some reason, it's, if I'm 8 years old, hey, Mom, why don't you ever hug me? I just never got around to it. But I
Did
knew
she
that
beat you? She didn't beat you.
She didn't beat me, no.
She was indifferent.
Huh?
I want to hug you. Do you think do you think you've been bitter over the years because your mother wouldn't hug or kiss you?
I have not been bitter, though.
No, I'm asking you if you have
Who
been.
did more to help comedians than me?
Yeah, you've been very generous, but I'm saying, was there a bitterness inside? Why did everybody else get the love of a mother and I didn't?
I don't think about that, you know?
You don't?
No.
You don't dwell on it?
Where am I going to go dwelling on it, you know?
And would you see other children being
That's what
hugged?
it is. I'm happy I ended up okay. And
No, I know that. Listen, you're a huge success. But the fact of the matter is, did you ever go into psychotherapy to deal with any of this stuff?
I've been through 48 Austrians already.
48 Austrians. Those are the top guys. And yet, and when you wrote about this, though, you always punctuate every story with a joke. But why make it funny? Why
Well,
not serious?
There's plenty of serious in there.
No, it's serious, but why you always try to laugh at it somehow?
I think it's more entertaining than being serious about it, perhaps, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciated the jokes, don't get me wrong, but I was sad for you.
Well, what about Dad? Where was Dad?
Dad was a horror scene, wasn't he?
That was okay.
Whoa. Your father left you at what age?
He was never there.
Never. And how could you say he was, wait a second, how can you say your father was okay?
Because he married my mother. He knocked her up to be honorable. You understand me?
But wait a second.
And he ended up screwed because she was not nice at all.
Ronnie, get close to the microphone. I don't want to miss a word of this interview.
All right.
Okay, there you are. So what you're claiming is you have respect for your father because at least he did the right thing and married your mother.
Not only that, but he was a nicer person generally, you know?
Was he nicer because it was easy for him to be nice because he only saw you once in a blue moon?
Perhaps, I don't know. But I know that he was, I got along with him okay, you know? Even though he saw me, here's the truth, I put in the book, he saw me 2 hours a year.
Wow. Now,
He saw me twice a year for an hour each time.
I could be a good father
No,
2
so-
hours.
so how could you say he's a good man? If he ignored you, your mother didn't hug you, and your father ignored you, how can you say he's a good man?
Because he got involved with my mother, and he shouldn't have married her.
And he knocked her up, but why
knocked
couldn't he
her
at
up.
But
least...
he could have taken you. He knew she was a horror.
You must have felt horribly rejected.
I wasn't part of his life. He had his own life there. He made money, good money. He was a customs man in the stock market. He had the biggest clients, you know what I mean, who he handled their money for. And in my experiences with him, I mean, he was okay, better than my mother, man. My mother was like very bad, you know.
But your mother was at least there in the house with you, as bad as she was. She resented you, I guess, because you represented an anchor to her, like you were holding her back. Your father just up and left.
I represent all men to her.
Right.
I once said to my mother,
Get closer to the microphone, please.
I
I'm
once
begging.
said to my mother, you know, you think you'd ever get married again, Ma? She said, what, me? Cook and clean for a man? You know.
Right, so she's angry with all men.
She hates everybody.
Did you read? Well, how old were you when you finally said to her, I've had enough of you, goodbye?
I can't just put it that coldly to your mother, you know what I mean? I had
Right.
enough of you and goodbye.
But she was horrible to you, so why not?
It's the only mother I knew.
Are you able to have a relationship with your kids?
Yes,
You are.
yeah.
Is that difficult for you?
Because of their attitudes, it's difficult for me.
Is it?
Because of the kids' attitude?
Yeah, I guess.
Or do you think it's because you say, hey, I never had anything from a mother.
And you
Why
don't
should I
know.
have something with you? Maybe you never learned
I'm
that.
a complete giver, man.
You are.
Yeah.
It seems that you are.
Yeah,
So your
complete
kids are giving you a tough time?
Kids, they don't mean to. They're just what they are, you know.
What happened? What went wrong there? Seriously. What went wrong with your own kids? Like they are mean to you? Because I'll be your kid. For Christ's sakes, I'll treat you like a king.
Yeah,
I love
every
it.
comedian loves you. You can have a ton of
The
kids
whole
who
world
love
loves you.
But
What went wrong there? Were you never around because of your career?
no, I was around, strangely enough. I opened Dangerfields
Right.
just to be in New York with the kids. They were little, you know.
So why would the kids return on you? Because the mother badmouthed you?
No. They, I don't turn that. I can't go into stories because I feel guilty of telling stories about them. You know?
Right, of the kids.
Yeah, I feel guilty.
But you're not in touch with them anymore?
Yes, I just saw my daughter last few days ago to go out for dinner with her husband.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, so when you get together with them, is it pleasant or is everyone yelling at each other?
There's no yelling.
Right. There's
But it's-
disappointment.
But not a lot of warmth.
Disappointment, yeah.
Yeah.
The warmth is there too. Everything is okay, but I just don't like the way they think sometimes.
Right.
Oh.
Man, that's the way there.
How do they?
They want more money? Yes. Man, life is screwy, isn't it?
Is that in the book or is not?
Which
you didn't
one?
walk.
What your relationship with the kid? Well, you mentioned stuff about your kids, right? You do.
I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember too. Let me see what I got here. Yeah, I don't know. Rodney says he rarely speaks with his two children, but I don't think that's from the book. That was a whole different thing.
Yeah.
That makes me sad, I guess. It does. It makes me sad. Maybe you're just misunderstood by them. No, seriously. That happens. You are a great man.
When you have kids, you roll the dice. That's
Right.
it. You know what's going to happen. I'll give him love, and he'll love me. He'll be adjusted to be wonderful. Abavangu, nothing, okay?
Nothing. You get nothing.
It's a crapshoot.
So
I was a great kid. Did everything for my mother, you know what I mean?
you were good. You actually went to work. You tried to help support her.
I was working all the time, man.
All the time.
Yeah.
And you worked because you wanted to win her affection and love and be.
Not to win her affection, love. I had to make some money for myself. She gave me no money.
She gave you nothing.
I mean, what age are we talking about that you were working?
Any time from 8, 10,
Wow.
12, you know.
Hey, Gary, adjust Mr. Dangerfield's microphone.
His mic needs to be put in the right
It's not in the
position.
right position, and I'm floundering.
I used to
Yeah.
eat breakfast in a place called Nettix. You ever hear of that?
Needix. I thought it was Needix. Yeah, very good.
Okay.
Whatever, yeah.
And every day I had the same breakfast before I went to school. Orangeade, donut, and coffee.
That's a healthy
It's a
breakfast.
homemade meal for me. And that was it.
So you had to get money in order to feed yourself.
That's right. So I was minding newsstands, and before I went to school,
Did you ever say to your mother, could you get me a goddamn meal once in a while? Really? I mean, what did I do? I mean, why are you so mean to me? How old were you when your mother died?
let me see. I don't remember exactly.
In your 30s, your 40s,
Were you an adult?
No, I was older than that.
50s maybe?
40s, I think.
So were you able to at some point sit her down and say, what went wrong with us? Never had that opportunity.
It was impossible with my mother. When I got married, she hated my wife so much that I'd take her to dinner on Sunday, the three of us. She just sat like this and stared at Joyce.
Wow.
And then look at me like I betrayed her. You know what I mean?
Isn't that
I
weird?
got married, yeah.
I mean, betrayed her. She never did anything nice for you. She's worried. If you finally found a woman.
She just didn't want me to get married, and I swore that I'll always support you, Ma. Always support you. Don't worry about it, okay?
Why do you think you were so loyal to her?
I don't know, man.
Just had to do it. It was your mother.
Yeah.
Seemed like the right thing to do.
Yeah. She was not nice, though, with anybody. When I saw her filled, and she's yelling, get Joe, get Joe. So, well, okay, I ran up 3 flights of stairs to wake up Joe, come down to break up the fight, you know?
What's Fox's intention with your book? Are they going to make this into a feature movie? Or They are.
It's going to be a feature.
Who will play Rodney
Yeah,
Dangerfield?
who could play Rodney Dangerfield?
Well,
If you're trying to ask me to do it, I'll do it. I was like, hey, how you doing, everybody? Hey, mother.
Do you want an imitation or
What about Bernie Mac? That would be an interesting choice.
Bernie Mac? He's
What was I
big
just
right now.
saying?
I don't know. I was just making a joke.
What I said, forgotten there.
But wait a second.
Have you got an idea of who you'd like to play you?
Oh, that's what we're talking about, yeah. Well, we need one kid when he's 5.
Right. That's obvious.
The next kid we need when he's like in his 20s.
Yeah.
Right.
The next actor we need from 20s on to like 50, whatever it is.
Right.
Okay? Then all of a sudden I had an idea that washed his face, this guy had gone before me. Then I finally put my face up, hand the face, and it's me, revealed for the first time.
You as yourself?
Yeah.
Well, that'd be good.
It was the first time in the movie. We not do in the movie with a few minutes, you know.
You know who looks a little like you? Benji. Let me stand up. Let me take a look at you.
Benji could play.
What about you playing a young Rodney? What do you think of this guy right here?
He's too good looking for me.
You're being kind. We were talking about you are a legal marijuana user. You
That's
have
right.
You are allowed to smoke marijuana.
Everywhere?
That's right, sir. Yes.
You could light up right now if you needed to.
If I wanted to, I could.
Would you light up right now?
I wouldn't be the same on the show, perhaps.
How does
I
he
would
get
say,
to...
yeah, man, what's happening? You know.
Rodney, how do you get to smoke legal marijuana?
Well, I have things wrong with me. My neck, I got pains.
Right.
Shoulder, I got pains. And different places that marijuana is good for. It's also good for high blood pressure.
Do you grow it yourself?
No, I've been taking marijuana for years and years, and high blood pressure is very high.
Right.
I get high, man, and a minute later it's low.
Wow. So it works.
Miraculous. I have high blood pressure.
How much weed do you smoke a day?
I never have a standard amount, you know.
Right.
I smoke quite a bit.
But when do you feel you need it? I mean, how do you tell when it's time?
Always.
And with weed, I know when I smoke weed, I get tremendously paranoid.
Yeah.
But you, at this point, as a professional pot smoker, I mean, you it probably just. Did you smoke that California weed, that
There's all
wacky?
kinds of Chicago green,
Yeah.
this, that, Israel purple, you know.
Chronic.
All kinds of pot they got there.
So you could smoke any kind of weed you want.
Yeah, I can
Look at
smoke
you.
anyway
I mean, where do you get it, though? I mean, do you have a regular...
There's the rub.
That's the hard part.
Now
Yeah.
you can get it. you
Yeah.
know.
But I thought if you're medically allowed to get it, there's a special place, or you go to a
Right.
pharmacist and they give you medical marijuana.
But I don't want stuff that you drink. I want the weeds.
Oh.
You like to smoke it.
I want smoke.
Now, isn't that bad for your heart? Like, you used to smoke cigarettes. You quit that
Yep.
because of your heart and,
Right.
and your illness. Now, but wouldn't pot affect that as well? I mean, smoking that much?
Strangely enough, but doctors all tell me, don't smoke cigarettes. They're the killer. Pot is okay. That's
Wow.
what they tell me.
Is that true?
God's honest truth, man.
Where does he find his
Because
doctor?
there's no nicotine.
It's Dr. Bombay.
There's no nicotine in pot or anything.
Oh,
you
I
know?
see. So it's a lot healthier.
So it's a lot healthier. And I smoke pot quite a bit, you know.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
I've
You must have been
smoking
shocked.
it for 61 years.
61 years.
61 years.
I got high first, man. I was like 21 when I got high.
You used to get high with Lenny Bruce, didn't you?
No, the stuff he was on, I wasn't taking.
Up.
Yeah, in the room there.
You were just sitting with him talking.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he says, I said, man, I says, I can't look. I was looking for a vein, you know.
Right.
So I went in the bathroom. When do you finish? He says, I'll come out in a minute. Terrible to look at a guy looking for a vein or something.
Right,
you
yeah.
know? Lenny was the sweetest kid in the world.
Super
Very
talent.
nice. Very nice.
Does it make you sad, all the comedians you've seen go? Like when Kinnison went and Lenny and...
Yeah, it does, because a lot of them I was so friendly with that
It's
I made
depressing.
them.
It's depressing.
Kinnison I made completely.
Yes.
you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
And
Kinnison.
Jim is...
Jim Carrey, you
Great
took
guy.
on the road for years.
Yeah, well, I met him in Toronto and I liked him, and I took him to Caesar's Palace next, and he opened for me for 2 years around the country. you know.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
Nice guy.
Yeah, so you got the book now, and tell me about this one incident from the book. So when you were 5 years old,
Yeah.
and I have a theory about this, a man in the neighborhood would pay you a nickel to sit in your lap. But when you're 5 years old,
I had to sit in his lap.
sit on his lap, rather. It's true. At 5, you don't want
Yeah,
anyone on
he
your
can't
lap.
get on.
Guy would have crushed
Yeah.
you. And at 5 years old, you don't know what's going on. But he would kiss you on the lips for about 5 minutes at a time. And in some way, because your mother was so despicable and your father abandoned you, not that you were consciously looking for that, but it must have felt good in some respect because at least someone was giving you some affection.
No, I didn't look at it that way.
You don't think?
I just looked at the nickel, that's all.
A nickel to be kissed.
The nickel to be kissed.
Did you go home and tell anyone about this?
He told me not to,
Yeah, so you listened.
so I wouldn't tell anyone.
Would this go on every day?
Every day I come back, get another nickel, and they'd hold me and kiss me for 5 minutes, yeah.
So how long did this go on for? I heard till you were about 43 years old.
That's right, yeah. 41, exactly.
41 was the last time.
It stopped on the set of Caddyshack.
Right. At what point did you put a stop to this?
I don't know.
You don't
What
even,
made me stop?
something made you stop. It felt funny. It felt awkward. Whatever.
Oh, dear.
But a nickel was big money back then. I mean, you could buy things for a nickel.
For me it was, you know.
Right. I mean, you could buy multiple candy bars or something.
That's several breakfasts, I bet.
Did he break up with you, or did you break up with him?
My father?
No.
No.
The guy who used to put you on the lap and kiss you.
I don't recall the finish. You know
Right,
what I mean?
yeah,
I
it's-
became a male hooker, so I headline of that thing.
So in a sense, you were a very young male hooker.
Man, To let a kid 4 years old roam in Jamaica Avenue, busy, all by himself all day, no supervision.
Oh,
right?
please. It's like your mother wanted to get rid of you.
No supervision. I went to school the first day I made a boom in my pants.
Right.
I was never toilet trained.
You didn't know.
I didn't know how to go to the toilet. I
Wow.
didn't do anything.
The kids laughed at you because you made a duty in your
Whatever it
pants.
was, the teacher went around smelling and finally she said,
I thought she just didn't care. But with this guy who put you on the lap,
yeah.
I'm curious about him.
You sound like you want to meet him, you know?
Yeah, who is the guy? And can I go? Is it George W. Bush was the guy? No, but close. All right. So you're saying in the book that this happened, and it never went further than kissing.
That's right.
You don't recall him touching you?
No, just holding me and kissing me.
Kissing you.
So, yeah.
But why do you think you can't remember how it ended?
Maybe it wasn't a very glamorous finish. I don't know. I just didn't remember it.
Breaking up is hard to do.
It's hard to do, bring it up.
The book is called "It's Not Easy Being Me."
I imagine.
No, it's available in stores today. This is the opening day.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, this is the kickoff. Let's go and take a few phone calls, if you don't mind, for the great Rodney Dangerfield.
You got a book here, Harold?
I got a
Harold?
Harold Howard. What's the difference? It's fine. Who cares? You know what I mean? I have no ego. Really, who am I? I'm nothing. I'm nothing compared to you. You understand?
Come on,
No,
come
I'm
on.
nobody. I'm nobody. Really. Where you living now? You live in L.A.?
I live in L.A.
You got a big mansion or something?
I have a nice apartment, I would say.
Just an apartment. That's it, huh?
Yeah, it's
I
a
picture you
condo there, you know.
I picture you walking around.
You like the condo life, huh?
Well, I don't like a house. You're your own superintendent, you
Yeah.
You still doing gigs and stuff?
know? Yeah, I still work.
Yeah.
Not too much recently because I had so much to do with doctors and things that couldn't work. But
When is the next surgery?
the next surgery should be months from now, I guess.
And everyone's commenting
What
on
do they have to do now?
the heart, right?
There's a flap in my heart that doesn't function properly, and the blood don't go through it the way it should. So I have to have an operation to remove that valve
Yes.
with a pig's valve.
Oh,
You're
really?
going to have a pig's valve.
Wow.
And that would last longer than the whole thing.
Does this stuff scare the crap out of you? I mean, every time before.
Man, every time it comes up, I say, here's what I say, man, is the truth. If I don't make it, I tell every doctor this, if I don't make it, I'll never know it.
Right.
That's it. That I'm going out in style. No suffering, no pain, nothing, just dead.
Dead. Do you
Dead.
think there's an afterlife?
I don't think so.
You don't.
We're gorillas. Does a gorilla come back?
No way. Yeah.
This has been enough, too, hasn't it?
It's enough. It's one time around.
Need some rest.
Has on the whole, and be honest with me, has life been just a big pain in the ass? I mean, did you ever enjoy yourself?
And no, I very, very seldom enjoyed myself. The only time I enjoy myself is if I'm being creative and I write something that they appreciate, you know?
It's hard to be joyful for you.
Never joyful.
Right. No matter at the height of success, when Caddyshack hits it, when
When you're on the Tonight Show and Ed Sullivan.
can you ever really, truly sit back and go, man, this is great? Or do you always feel like a failure?
Always, not a failure, but always I got to do the job right. And I always tell you to do it right. And I'm a perfectionist.
Does that make you sad?
Suffer greatly for being a perfectionist.
Does it make you sad that you can't enjoy anything?
Oh, no, of course, I'm used to that.
I once said I wrote a book and 25,000 people were waiting for me to sign my book. And I said I couldn't enjoy it. For some reason, there's nothing joyous inside of me that allows me to enjoy anything. And I don't understand why. I figured maybe you figured it out.
I guess it goes back to childhood. You know, I could never enjoy anything.
Because you feel so crappy inside the way you were treated.
My mother never hugged me, kissed me, nothing, okay? Other kids go to sleep listening to a fairy tale. I went to sleep with a fight downstairs, listening to a guy yelling, enough, I had enough.
Did you think it was your fault?
I don't think so. I was 4.
So there's no heaven, and mortality's got to freak you out. I mean, there's no more. That's it. It's gone. I agree with you. I don't think there is, but a lot of people, when they're faced with death, you got to go under the blade. They find God.
That's it. They find him.
Judaism for you never mattered?
No, never mattered.
Never cared
All
about it.
religion never mattered. Atheist all the way. That's it.
That's it. No God.
No.
You think that's because of your childhood? You're like, you know what? How could there be a God if I had to
So I'm
suffer?
logical. That's all.
That's it. You're a man of science.
I don't know, man, but I'm logical.
We're apes. All of this got here by accident. Dominic Barber, you're on the air with the great Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney is our hero.
Yes.
Rodney is the funniest man that ever lived. Why do we have to hear about all the sadness? And
That's his book.
He's just
but
telling
why-
you who he is.
He's telling you about his life.
Yeah, but why? It's just a funny, great man. Why does it have to be this, at the later years? Why does he write this book?
Why did Rodney write the book? Rodney, why? Is there a reason you need to write a book?
I got a tremendous advance.
Well, now you know. By the way, Rodney, you're right. Rodney is the funniest, and Dominic is the fattest.
There you go.
Thank you, Dominic.
Don't be jealous.
By the way, everyone is commenting on your beautiful wife.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Is she here?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
She's hot.
Yeah.
That's got to make you happy.
That's got to make you a little bit happy.
Yeah, we're happy together.
Yeah. How's the sex life? Is it existent or
Zip.
zero?
Take a number, okay?
Really?
And then what
I'm
happens?
kidding around. Take a number.
I will take a number. Don't offer that to me. No, seriously, though. Seriously, zip?
What?
Because of your health, you can't have sex?
Oh, I have sex.
Oh, you do?
Sure.
Smoke a little weed and get down.
Yeah.
Does she smoke with you?
No.
No.
That's the problem. Yes, Vinny.
Howard, did you read the piece on Rodney in Entertainment Weekly?
I did not.
It's a really good piece on him. It's a profile on him in the book, and one of the only things that seems to make him happy is his music. I think he just made a CD. Rodney, did you just cut something?
You're doing music?
I made an album, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's got a
Really?
good voice. Howard, he's got a good voice. Ask him to sing "Strangers in the Night."
And it's, everyone loves it, man.
Strangers in the Night?
I
Yes,
sang that
Robbie,
in the
sing-
album.
Is it a comedy like a goof or for
No,
real?
it's straight.
No, it's the real deal. Sing some, Rodney. Come on. You got a great voice.
Strangers in the night, exchanging glances, lovers at first sight. What were the chances? I can't sing good here.
That's great.
Believe me, I can't sing good here either.
It's this place.
something about
I
this.
can't sing good here. I can't sing good there.
Come here and sit on my lap. I'll give you a nickel.
I didn't know you were into music.
I'm afraid you're going to Sonny Boy.
Marianne from Brooklyn, you're on with the great.
Rodney Dangerfield, I love you. In 1975, I went to the prom at Dangerfield, and you took a sip out of my drink, and I took it home with me, and my prom date sat on it in the limo, and I never forgave him for that. But, Rodney, I didn't realize you had such a sad life, and I would love to meet you at your book signing. You are my favorite comedian.
You
and
doing
I
a book
love you.
signing?
Thank you very much.
You're not signing
No
any
book
books.
signing.
You're not signing books, Rodney?
No, not honey.
I saw it in the paper.
I know the paper makes mistakes sometimes. you know?
Rodney, you are wonderful.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Marianne.
much,
Bob, go ahead.
Hey, Howard,
Quickly,
Rodney, how's
yes.
everyone doing today?
Hi,
Everyone
babe.
is good. Everyone's alive.
I'm glad to hear that. I just wanted to ask Rodney if he was saying before he didn't enjoy certain things. Did he enjoy grabbing Juliette Lewis's ass in Natural Born Killers?
Of course he
That
did.
must have been great.
That was a great
oh,
movie,
I
too.
loved
That
you
was
in Natural
something.
Born
That was
Killers.
something. You know what
Yeah.
happened there?
That was some ass, huh?
She was my daughter, and I was attacking her and everything.
Right.
else.
Right.
So as I'm rehearsing, here's what's happening. I'm looking at rehearsing, and Oliver Stone yells at me, grab her ass. I mean, I was mad at her. So I'm grabbing her ass, and I'm angry with her. And it's strange. You don't even know someone. You're grabbing their ass. And
Isn't making movies the greatest thing in the world? You don't know this person. She got a great ass, and they
And
tell you
get
grab
to,
it.
You could make out with her.
When I did my movie, and I only did one, they're telling me get in a tub with a naked woman.
Yeah.
They're telling me go make out with this woman playing your wife. I thought I died and went to heaven. I was completely aroused during the sex scene.
miles.
Well, all right, an inch. I exaggerated. All right, let's a couple more phone calls for the great Rodney Dangerfield, whose book comes out today. I suggest you read it. I read it. It's great. Bob, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Rodney what he thought about Joe Pesci.
I can't understand your question because the phone cut out. Yes, go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Rodney, you're the greatest of all time. You got to know that.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
I've broken my VHS tape of Back to School, watching it over and over again.
Back to School, a classic. A classic. I mean, what a movie. What a friggin' movie.
You say you wanted to hear a story about a monument?
Yeah. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Yes, I do want to hear a story about a monument.
That's in the book. How one day I was going home by subway about 4 in the morning. It was safe in those days. There was no crime in it.
You could always take a subway.
And all of a sudden, I get off the subway, and a girl is following me, you know?
Thank God.
Thank God, right. So I see, talk. We decided, yes, okay, so where are we going to go? So I knew where I lived there. I knew that where the section is a monument on Queens Boulevard. There,
Right.
You know what I mean? So I took her behind the monument, and we did our thing.
Really?
Then we both said goodbye. Then I was worried. I didn't use anything. There's a hospital across the street. So I went to a hospital. And I see Dr. Please, a woman comes out. I like to see a man doctor. Oh, I'm a doctor. Don't worry about that.
Female doctor.
Yeah, that, right? And she examines me, and while she was examining me, I started to get excited.
Really?
And she pretended she didn't notice it.
Is that right? I would think you could control that. Was it an attractive woman?
Yeah, she says to me, she says, "You're all right." I said, "So are you? What time do you start tomorrow?"
That's a true story, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
That happened to me.
And you were nervous you got maybe some STD or something from this broad because you didn't use a rubber.
I didn't know what I got from her.
Exactly.
But it was all right.
Never happened to me. Someone followed me around.
Yeah, a girl follows you off the train. You were a hot number.
Joe, go quickly.
Morning, Robin. Morning, Harold. What's
Thank
up,
you.
Rodney?
Hey.
Hey, I wanted to know, man. I know that you were there at the beginning with Sam and everything. What was it like? I mean, watching him go up so fast and then go down so fast. Did you ever try and talk any sense into him, or what was that whole thing like?
Well, the most exciting thing, I guess, in my show business life is when I'd find someone who I thought was dynamite and help him make a big comedian out of him.
Right.
And Sam's story was just like, I did everything for him. You know what I mean? We
Right.
met in an arena in Houston,
Yes.
and I put him on my HBO show. Then he did another HBO show. Then I put him in the movie, Back to School. I wrote that part for him. And
It was a great part.
he was just a genius, man.
He really was.
Genius.
I was shocked by how he could get up on stage, be unprepared, at least seemingly unprepared, and create a whole new stand-up act right there on stage.
I don't know when he did that, but he
I
was
saw him
very
do
good. Yeah.
He was so drunk he couldn't remember his acting, just went up and started talking, and it was funny.
But what was it like? Did you try to talk to him when he was going down?
Did you ever try to talk to him when he was going down? You couldn't even talk to him about it.
Yeah,
Did you
he
try?
was a handful.
When he was going down on who?
Is it true? Is there anyone around now in comedy that's you say to yourself,
Like, turns you on.
is the next Kinnison? It's almost like you can spot him.
There's a few around today.
Anyone that you can mention?
Yeah. Marty Belcher or something.
Marty the Belcher?
Belafsky. Marty Belafsky.
Belafsky?
He's good?
He's a young kid. Good, very good.
I'll have to listen to him.
Yeah.
And I don't know. A lot of kids are coming up all the
Yeah,
time.
a lot of good guys. GM is developing a remake of the Rodney Dangerfield comedy Back to School,
A remake?
starring Cedric the Entertainer.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Is that true?
What do you think of that?
That's right. I don't know. They're doing a black cast all the way through and see what happens. You know what I mean?
A lot of movies are like that now. They take an old movie and they put a black cast in there.
Yeah. Well,
Like what?
whatever. Who knows?
I don't know. There was some movie like that. I don't know.
Well,
They do it on Broadway all
Soul
the time.
Plane is
Soul Plane is what?
Airplane.
Right. Yeah, okay, Cecil, say your piece. I don't want to keep Rodney here all morning, but it's just fascinating to
All
talk to
right,
him.
hey gang, hi Rodney. You're one of the truly great, consistent comedians of all time,
That's right.
and I love you. Listen, I'm wondering about your role in Natural Born Killers, and I'm wondering if Oliver Stone was digging for that after hearing your story,
I
or
tell you. So
that just
I'm
came
holding
out-
her. I'm holding her, and he says, Oliver Stone to me. He goes to me, grab her ass.
Right.
Grab her ass. I felt awkward. You know what I mean?
Right,
I'd
right.
grab her ass.
So all right. So I grabbed her behind, and I'm doing it a bit like that he wanted. You know what I mean?
Right.
Unfortunately, we only did it in only one take. But,
That's outrageous.
You were too good.
You play a mean father. Was that based on your own father? Probably not, because you didn't even
no
know
one
your
could be
father.
that mean.
Right. No one could be that mean. That was some father.
Oh,
What
yeah.
a father he was.
Mike, go ahead real quick.
Hey guys, good morning. Listen, I have the two most talented guys in show business on the phone here, and I
Can we talk to them?
Yes, what are their names?
A couple of years back, Jackie got into an argument with Rodney over some money that Rodney had lent him.
That's true.
Did Jackie ever pay him back?
Did Jackie ever give you the money that he owed you?
No.
Never.
Still to this day.
He is what he is.
Just never worked out.
He is what he is, man.
All right. Well, I hope you do get that money back.
It's unbelievable. I hope I get it back, too.
Adam, go ahead.
Howard,
Yes.
how you doing? Rodney, it's Mr. Dangerfield. It's just an honor to actually share the airways with you. This is unbelievable.
Thank you very much.
Listen to hear you talk, and I actually moved out to L.A. about 8 weeks ago, and I'm a struggling actor, and it would be an honor to have an opportunity to play you in a movie in your mid-20s. I'm in my mid-20s right now.
Oh, get out of here. Who wants to sit and listen to that?
Right.
Bob Hope, you're on the air.
Rodney, I'll see you in 15 minutes.
Oh, get lost.
Bob Hope is on the air.
Bob Hope's dead. Guy's making a joke. I don't know. What else is there to say? The book is great. You did a good job. You were honest in it.
Yeah.
Spoke a lot about your pain.
I could tell you about my father, who was a ladies' man.
Hey, by the way, your father.
Yeah.
So when's the last time you saw him? I mean, when did he die?
He died about 25 years ago, I guess.
Did you, when you were an adult, did you get to hang with him at all? And
well, when he was an adult, he cried to me, many times. Said, "Will you please forgive me? Forgive me." He saw me 2 hours a year.
Mm-hmm.
Said, "Forgive me." I said, "All right, forget it."
He felt guilty.
Yeah, he never saw me. Twice a year.
Don't you think most comedians
He was surprised that I grew up to be as intelligent as I am, or whatever it is. He was very surprised about that,
Don't you think most comedians sort of have a background like you? A lot of them have a lot of pain.
Yeah, they do, but not all of them, I guess,
Were you a funny little kid? Like, were you able to get up in front of people and stuff?
I was funny with one kid, Charlie Burke. We went to public school together, and I used to mind a newsstand every day with a candy store there, and he'd come down every day with a scooter and listen to me, and I'd try to make him laugh for an hour and a half. So I hung out with him, mostly. And I got a feeling it's going to go downhill.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
All right. Chauncey, you've got the last word with Rodney Dangerfield. Go ahead.
Hey, Rodney, you're my hero, man. You're great.
Thank you.
By any chance, do you consider Dice Clay a big disappointment?
Was Dice Clay a big disappointment?
Yes.
Was he a disappointment to you in some way?
In what area?
In what area?
In the way his career turned out. He was so big and he was on top, and then it seemed like his career kind of crashed and burned a little bit. Did you have higher hopes for Dice Clay?
I don't think you
I
could.
didn't have higher hopes.
That was the hope you had.
That was the hope you had. You didn't have high hopes for him.
I didn't have high hopes for him. No.
All right. Okay, I get it. All right, anyway, the death of Alan King. Didn't you think he was one of the greats? Or no?
He was good.
He was good. Not great.
Great is a big term.
Who was great?
Who was great?
Who was great?
Beside you. Honestly, you're great. I mean, I'm not just kissing your
I
ass.
don't know who the heck is great. I don't know.
You wouldn't put anybody in the great category?
Yeah, so many are,
Right.
I can't think of it. Jim Carrey's great.
Right.
Adam Sandler, he's great.
Tony Randall, are you happy he's gone?
Oh, stop.
I'm not happy.
I don't know. Rodney Dangerfield.
I'm happy he's gone. Jesus Christ.
There's about 50 phone callers who have good weed they want to sell you, by the way, so they'll probably be waiting for you downstairs.
Of a supply.
Rodney Dangerfield, the book, It's Not Easy Being Me.
Right.
And it's available in stores today. I wish you...
It's available. It's a lifetime of
pain.
A lifetime of pain, but plenty of sex and drugs.
Nice.
Nothing better than that, my friend.
Which will take care of the pain.
It is an honor to be in the same room with you. Honor to be in the
Did he
studio
ever
with
make
you.
love to any famous women?
You must have had some famous women in your time.
I had Lily Pons, I remember.
Lily Pons? What are we talking about? Did she follow you home on the subway?
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
No, he didn't
No
capitalize
Streisand?
on his fame.
All I know is I like you.
Thank you.
Because you are truthful. You can do things with women that no one can, okay? I go out with a girl. I can spend all kinds of money on her. I can take her home, and
Nothing
she
happened.
won't take her gloves off. You know what I mean?
I know, in 5 minutes I'm
But
beating
you was beautiful. Pick your dress up, honey, huh?
Yeah.
A little higher. Higher. I want to see your ass. Make it higher, will you?
I have a way with ladies.
That's right.
No.
So I wish I got that Dominus, you do this to pick your dress up. I'm going to do anything else.
Trust me, in real life, I don't have that. All right, listen, let's thank the great Rodney Dangerfield for making the trip in here, and I wish you luck with the book. You deserve it, and
Thanks, Ray.
thank you
Thank
for
you.
all the years. You know that. And
Thank you. I appreciate all the nice things you say about me.
You bet. And
I have one final question. Is he going to have control of this movie that Fox is doing? Is he going to be completely involved?
I will be involved to a great degree because it's about me, and I would know things to put in there. But I have very good writers.
Okay.
if he's not involved, it's not going to be any good.
That's what I'm asking.
Of
I want
course.
to
It
make
should be
sure
good.
that
It
it's
should
going
be
to
funny
be
and
true to
funny
him.
and everything else, you know. And, we'll see what happens.
All right, thanks, Rodney, and we'll take a break, and we'll be back after the break with the news right after this.
Come on, honey, let's go, huh? Hey, boys, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, we're both starving. When do we eat, huh?
You have worn out your welcome at Bushwood, sir.
Is that so? Who made you pope of this dump, huh?
Bushwood? A dump? Well, I'll guarantee you'll never be a member here.
Member? Are you kidding? You think I'd join this crummy snobatorium? But this whole place sucks. That's right, it sucks. Only reason I'm here is maybe I'll buy it.
Buy? Bushwood? You bastard! You